The Turnbull government is promising to spend $500 million to help restore and protect the Great Barrier Reef, specifically promoting measures to address the impact of climate change and the voracious plague of crown-of-thorns starfish. Foreign Minister Julie Bishop said the pledge, announced on Sunday ahead of the May budget, was the single largest funding boost for the reef. It would be used to improve water quality, tackle the coral-eating starfish, and make the reef more resistant to heat stress. Australia is the custodian of the Great Barrier Reef, so we are determined to make sure its environmental and economic value is maintained, she told the 7 Network on Sunday. Funding will also help develop coral that is more resistant to high temperatures and light stress. We'll be improving the monitoring of the reef's health and the measurement of its impacts. Environment Minister Josh Frydenberg said from Cairns in far north Queensland. 2017 survey found coral mortality varied from the northern to the southern end of the Great Barrier Reef. Photo, GBR Authority. Mr. Frydenberg said the reef was under a lot of pressure, but those challenges could be overcome, saying the funding represented the single largest investment for reef conservation and management in Australia's history. Millions of dollars will go into science and to better data management and to be able to test the impacts on the reef. Mr. Frydenberg said, "We are looking at a whole range of new initiatives, taking best advice of the experts, working closely with the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority to ensure that the reef has its best chance into the future." The funding, he said, would also allow the government to work closely with farmers to modify their practices to ensure that the reef doesn't get the large amounts of sediment, nitrogen and pesticide runoff which is so damaging to coral and which helps breed this crown-of-thorns starfish. Mr. Frydenberg was cautious in his response when asked if some damage on the reef was irreparable, saying experts had told him the reef could be remarkably resilient. The reef supports some 64,000 jobs, over $6 billion it is worth to the economy, and attracts more than 2 million visitors a year, he said. So it's a natural, a national and international icon, and that is why we are so determined to preserve it for future generations, he said. The funding represented the single largest investment for reef conservation and management in Australia's history, with AAP and ABC.